JM, Jess Hilarious, and Charlamagne the God.
They're listening to The Breakfast Club.
Thank y'all for being like culture leaders.
You guys are family.
The Breakfast Club is where people get their information on the topics, on the artists, and everything like that. I'm winning like that.
You guys were nice. Everybody got me all nervous. Like you guys. Let's not go watch.
You're locked into the world's most dangerous morning show.
More dangerous than the Bronx.
If you want a Breakfast Club, you ain't gonna bring it 120. You might as well not come up here.
Oh my Jesus, this what y'all do up here?
That's right. Get up out the beds and listen to the greatest show on earth.
Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious is out. What up, Long LaRosa?
Good morning, y'all.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday. No. Peace to the planet. It's Friday.
You confused?
Hey, the top or the bottom. Sometimes you just don't know the difference.
So don't take me back to the top of the
verse. Huh? What'd you say?
Your verse?
How y'all doing this morning, man? How y'all feel?
You can bottom over there.
Don't try to skip over that.
How y'all feel, man? I am blessed, black, and highly favored, man.
In the bottom, huh?
Happy to be here.
Charlamagne starts early. This morning we walked in together, right? I was
Y'all walked in together where I was coming from?
We walked in together.
I was on the phone. I wasn't even paying you no attention.
So I go to open up the door for my brother because he's on the phone. He goes, on the phone. I don't even know who he's talking to. Don't be looking at my butt when I walk. I'm like, Jesus.
He's lying.
You just wake up like that. You just wake up gay.
You wake up gay.
You just wake up
I mean, if you gay, I'm sure you wake up gay. I'm not gay, though. But, salute to everybody waking up gay this morning.
Top or bottom?
Verse. How y'all feel, man?
How you feeling?
How you feel, LL Cool Bay?
I feel great. I'm happy it's Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
And I got my makeup fully done before the show started today.
You got your... No.
What? You don't have my name earrings?
No, your hair done.
No, that hair ain't done.
My hair is getting done on Saturday. Not too much on me.
You see that little chi-chi-chi in the back? Huh? You didn't see all that fur back there?
Not too much on me.
Yesterday, I thought Lauren was getting attacked by an animal because I was looking at her, but it was her reflection.
No, listen. I was sitting on the couch and we was talking. I don't know what we was talking about, but you know how we be like having like heartfelt moments after the show. He gonna look up and say, I thought it was an animal behind you.
I did. I did.
Not too much on my girl. She's gonna come up on Saturday. Shout out to Crazy Growth. The Crazy Growth is happening. The treatments and all that.
That's her name, Crazy Growth?
That's the name of her brand because she specializes in natural hair care. So she does like full treatments before she does the braids and all that good stuff. So shout out to Crazy Growth Beauty Bar. Don't be coming for my girl.
It don't look crazy though. I just was lying.
I'm not asking you, did it look crazy? I don't know if anybody asked. I don't know if anybody asked.
All right. Well, today on the show, Rema will be joining us.
Rema.
I'm sorry. Rema will be joining us. That's how I pronounce it. Rema will be joining us.
Rema is an amazing artist from Nigeria.
Yes.
He's got a new album out right now called He Is.
That's right. And also Fawn Weaver. She is the CEO of Uncle Nearest
Let me
Whiskey.
tell you something. There's nothing. I love stories like Fawn Weaver. When you've been doing the Breakfast Club as long as we've been doing the Breakfast Club, we've seen so many things from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? So Fawn Weaver came up here 7 years ago, and she was telling us about this new whiskey line she was launching called Uncle Nearest.
That's right.
7 years later, that line is worth $1.1 billion.
That's right.
She's a black woman. If you read Beyonce's GQ magazine article, you saw her talking about Fawn Weaver in there. So we'll have Fawn on this morning. She's got a new book out now called Lovin' Whiskey.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes.
So, wait, 7 years ago, you still haven't tried the whiskey?
No, I've never drunk whiskey. I'm going to try it for the first time this weekend.
You don't support black women.
No, I just don't drink whiskey. But I'm going to drink whiskey this weekend, though.
You never had an old fashioned?
I have had an old fashioned.
That's whiskey in the old fashioned.
No, but he means like really tasting it,
Yeah,
right?
I didn't know bourbon and whiskey were the same thing. So I had the old fashioned with bourbon. Yeah,
okay.
salute to my guy Lamont. He's got a spot in Charleston, South Carolina called Bourbons and Bubbles.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's why I had an old fashioned at.
But let's get the show cracking. We got front page news. Morgan Wood will be joining us, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. Let's start off with some quick sports. Last night, the Buffalo Bills beat the Dolphins 31-10, but their quarterback, Tua, suffers another concussion.
Damn. He going to have to retire then.
Another concussion.
Damn.
Where he had to be taken out the game.
I didn't watch it last night.
What
quarter was it?
It was, I believe it was the third quarter, right? And you know who hit him?
Who?
Hamlin.
No.
Yeah, Hamlin was the one that he ran into and got the concussion.
Football is a dangerous sport, boy. Football is really a blood sport.
Now he's
That's
only
crazy.
Tua is only 26 years old. He just signed a $212 million deal. $93 million is guaranteed, so he might just want to.
He might want to walk away. Word is bond because
he has a family. You
got to think about 36, and you got to think about 46, and you got to think about 56. You don't want to be 56 years old, shaking and drooling on yourself.
No,
Some athletes don't be wanting to not play though.
I was thinking the same
That
thing.
he
He might
wanted
not
to play.
But it gets to a point. He's been injured so many times. This is like his fifth, sixth, or seventh concussion.
Is it that many? I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
Three.
Four. He's a fourth concussion.
Three, four.
3 or 4. 3 or 4 concussions.
Well, one too many.
Yeah, one too many. All right. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Cheers to the mother effing weekend. And it's Friday the 13th. So Vice President Harris, she's back on the campaign trail following Tuesday's debate. She held a rally in Charlotte, North Carolina yesterday afternoon, and she touted recent endorsements from high-profile conservatives in addition to addressing Tuesday's debate against former President Trump. Let's hear those comments from Harris at a rally in North Carolina.
Former Vice President Dick Cheney and Congresswoman Liz Cheney are supporting me as well, because this election and what is at stake could not be more important. On Tuesday night, I talked about issues that I know matter to families across America. It was the same old show, that same tired playbook that we've heard for years, with no plans for how he would address the needs of the American people.
Of course, she is referencing former President Donald Trump, the Republican nominee. Now, Harris is once again calling for a second debate with the former president and says candidates owe it to voters. Now, Trump claimed polls clearly show he won the debate, and the first words out of a prize fighter when they lose is, "I want a rematch." Now, the former president said Harris no-showed at a debate with Fox News. That was not scheduled, so that's not true. And refused to do ones with NBC and CBS. He said she should focus on her job as vice president instead of wanting another debate. There's also been reports saying that Trump is not interested in doing another debate.
Do the American people need another debate, or have we seen enough? I wonder.
Enough.
I wonder.
Yeah. I think we've seen enough.
But I was thinking about this yesterday. I was watching CNN, and they were talking about this, and I think it's a strategy for her, because I feel like with Biden, he did a lot of toting back and forth with Donald Trump, but not directly with her. I think she wants to keep leaning in on the contrast of like how sharp she is, because she has that advantage over him, and you see it clearly when they're together.
And he looks like the madman. He looks like the old dribbling madman now.
But when they're just on two different sides, it's like it's not as clear for some people. So I think she just wants to keep driving that home versus the interview.
He still looks like the madman regardless. He does.
Yeah,
but to his people, they like that.
And I know the bases of the party have pretty much made up their minds, but have the undecideds, have the independents. I don't know, because what I'm learning more and more every day is that a lot of excitement around the vice president is largely in the party, and excitement in the party is not going to be enough to win an election in November.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of madmen, former President Donald Trump, he's doubling down on claims that Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio are still stealing people's pets and eating them. He made those comments during a rally yesterday in Tucson, Arizona, his first since the Tuesday's debate. Trump said the Haitian immigrants were destroying Springfield residents' way of life. He claimed during the debate against Harris that immigrants in Springfield were eating dogs and cats. And he also said that history will not treat President Biden well. Let's hear those comments from Trump at his rally in Arizona.
They take in the geese. You know, when the geese are in the park, in the lake, and even walking off with their pets. My dog's been taken. Biden and Kamala, this is the worst combination in the history of our country. The only one happy is Jimmy Carter, because he's no longer referred to as the worst president in history.
This is just absolutely terrible.
He always looks like a madman.
Oh, it sounds like one.
Yeah.
Sakpa say to all my Haitian massive man.
Mabule.
And I saw a report, and I think it was, I don't know what the outlet is, but it's a Haitian outlet, and they were talking about like crime that has increased toward Haitian people because of this these conversations.
Really?
In fact, there was a bomb threat.
First of all, you're not running. You're not committing no crimes against no Haitian people.
I'm
Y'all think Haitian
you.
people is far from punks? Oh, you out your damn mind?
You better leave them alone.
You better leave the Haitian community alone. All right?
You know what?
If you think you just gonna be committing crimes against Haitians, you out your rabid ass mind. Okay,
You're gonna ask around to find out.
Yeah, you better leave them alone if you know what I know.
Well, this comes as details have been released after a bomb threat in Springfield, Ohio, led to the evacuation of City Hall. Officials say the threat was emailed to multiple city facilities on Thursday morning, including some schools. Springfield Mayor Rob Rue told reporters that the threat used hateful language toward immigrants and Haitians in the area. Of course, this comes 2 days after the debate in regards to those comments that former President Trump made. Springfield City Mayor says it's disappointing that the narrative surrounding our city has been skewed by misinformation circulating on social media and further amplified by political rhetoric.
All you got to do is get a piece of Donald Trump's head to the right Haitian. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's some Haitians in Long Island calling for apologies. We won't get into the audio, but let's just say the Haitians, like you said, they not happy.
If a Haitian tell you to say sorry, you better say sorry.
Right.
Then you're going to learn the hard way. Okay? All right. Don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing.
And that is Front Page News. Thank you, Morgan. We'll see you next hour.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up now. 800-585-1051.
Not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
Hello, who's this?
This is Anton from Miami God.
Anton from Miami. What's up?
305, what's happening?
You better believe it. Man, I want to talk about garbage ass poor, man. Somebody need to tell him to retire. Somebody need to tell management don't blow it. I went to the game last night. Oh, my goodness. Horrible.
Why is he garbage?
Horrible. And they done paid this man all this money.
Why is he?
For what? And we got all this talent.
But why is he garbage for getting a concussion? He was playing bad before that?
Yeah, he was playing bad, man. The man done threw 4 picks already in 2 games.
Now, I'm not.
And you give this man all this money?
I'm not a Dolphins fan, but last year he made the Pro Bowl. He was the NFL passing yards leader. So all that means nothing for last year?
That's because of the talent he has on the team. He can't throw far. He can't throw a long distance ball. The man just garbage, and y'all gave this man all this money. And then another thing I want to say or make a comment on. The biggest L is Drake. They just rubbing it in his face. He gonna take the L all the way into 2025. He not American, baby. He not like us, baby.
Anton, let me ask you a question. Ant.
Yeah.
How you think I feel about my Giants when they gave Daniel Jones all that money?
Oh, my goodness. Same game. Game.
I feel your pain, brother. Have a good one.
Good one.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning. It's Bobby Fresh. What's up, y'all? Second day in a row.
What's up, brother?
Morning.
Peace, King.
Get it off your chest.
Peace, people. Hey, man, it ain't nothing on my chest, bro. I woke up happy, blessed, and alive today, bro. Ain't nothing to be mad about. Y'all have a great weekend.
All right, brother.
That's
you
the kind of
now.
energy.
Yo, before I let y'all go, though, man, y'all got to check me out. I think I got some music y'all might like.
Okay, where's
Y'all
that?
got to hook me up, man. It's on, I'm actually everywhere, bro. The S is a $.
The what?
The S. And my name, Bobby Fresh.
Okay, Bobby Fresh on all platforms.
Okay.
On all platforms, I am Bobby Fresh.
All right, brother.
Hello, who's this?
Morning, this is Paul. How you guys doing?
What's up, Paul? Get it off your chest, Paul.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
Why you change your voice
good.
like that?
Hi, buddy.
Hey, just wanted to give a quick shout out to me and my wife. We've been married 10 years this past Sunday. And I wanted to give a lot of credit to you guys too. Reading both of your guys' books. Charlotte, multiple of your books. I read every one of them.
Thank you.
Then Envy reading your book too. It's helped out a lot, guys. It really has.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate it.
No, I think having you guys be so vulnerable in a lot of the stuff that you guys have been through, and stuff that's helped you guys out, and Uncle Charlotte, your push on mental health, it really helped me focus on reaching better for myself, and then really breaking that generational curse. We both grew up with broken families, and then having us both be able to stick it through no matter what we went through, you know, it's really creating a change for our kids too. So I wanted to give you guys a shout out for that, and I really appreciate it.
I appreciate that, my brother. That's what it's about, man. Thank you very much.
No, absolutely, Uncle Charlotte. I was wondering, can I please get a hookup with the book? I have your other book, but I haven't had this third one by chance.
Eddie,
hold
on.
I got you. I'm gonna send you a copy of Get Honest or Die Lying While Small Talk Sucks. We're gonna put you on hold and get your address.
Hold on, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Hey, salute to everybody in New Orleans, too. I'm going to be in New Orleans on September 20th at Baldwin and Company Books at 7:30. signing copies of my new book, Get Honest or Die Lying, and I'll be having a conversation about my new book, Get Honest or Die Lying, Why Small Talk Sucks. So September 20th, I'll be in New Orleans at Baldwin and Company Books at 7:30 p.m.
Yes, and we just actually, me and my wife just wrapped up our next book is Real Life, Real Family. We talk about raising our 6 kids, and you know we got kids that at the ages of 23-year-old, which is my oldest, and 2 years old, which is my youngest. We just talk about raising them, the journey, and all that other stuff. All right, so you could pre-order that soon.
Your
But
snapback game is crazy. 23 and 2, and she looked like that.
no surgeries.
No.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up, wake up. Wake your ass.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Anissa Darby. How y'all doing this morning?
Peace, how are
Get
you?
it off your chest.
I want to get off my chest that I'm so tired of the public corruption. The developers, the lawyers, the judges, they all in bed together, and they took my small black-owned business storefront without any paperwork whatsoever.
Damn, how they do that?
How they do that? They get the sheriff, and they put a fraudulent document on my door. When I called the police, he said I never saw a paper like this in my life, and when he went back to investigate it, the chief told him I can't get involved in civil matters. And I had attorneys, and they're not small either. This was a big law firm.
Where you calling from?
So I'm out of Easton, Pennsylvania, which is right across the border in New Jersey. We're very prominent black-owned business. And actually, Charlamagne, we catered the Daily Show. So you were on there. We gave y'all our puddings. Well, you purchased them for the staff.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Hell yeah.
Yes. It's a horrible situation, and we're now pro se litigants for the last year, and I'm going to tell you, we're whooping their ass. I don't know if I could curse, but we're getting far. We're going to get either damages or our store back, but it's a huge toll on our family. And, you know, the one thing I also want to urge is for black people or people of color that are going into the legal profession. Personal injury is great, but it's really low-hanging fruit. We need more people in constitutional law, and that's what I'm going to be doing, going back to school to become a lawyer after this.
Hey.
Listen, give them your website. I want everybody to go to your website and order some pudding or order something, because I know you're going to need help with them legal fees.
Thank you. It's www.kanisas.com, KHANISA. Or you could just Google the Pudding Bar. We're pretty prominent. We work with the NBA, the GOAT Shoe Store, Nestle, Daily Show, Comedy Central. I mean, our resume is great. And we're still going. We have an event coming up with the Youth Resentencing Project in Philly. They do great work from stopping children, black and brown children, from getting waved up in the court system. My husband, his Instagram is Big Daddy. He started rapping because of this situation, and when I tell you he is amazing, he's amazing. So everybody check us out. Canisas or the Pudding Bar.
Hold on, what you mean? Oh, he started rap. He did a dish record. He did a dish record to them.
Yo, it's about public corruption. We did like a
public corruption, not like us.
We were calling out the city inspectors because the building was falling apart, so they retaliated against us because we needed to ensure the safety of our family and our customers. So we did, I mean, it's a lot on our Instagram page. We got like 25,000 followers. Y'all can check us out.
Listen, I want you to keep calling up here and keep us updated, because I don't want them to be able to do that to you, man. The Kinesis is really good. That banana pudding was really phenomenal. I like the brownie galore was good too. I'm not going to front.
Thank you.
My mouth is watering just thinking about it. Like I know I'm going to be on my edibles this weekend. That would be a nice little snack for the night of tomorrow.
Yes.
Listen,
yes, we're from Jersey. We want to take it home so that we could do the recreational marijuana mix with our pudding. It's good.
I got a dispensary opening in Newark and later on. Yeah, it's called Hastoria. Salute to Raekwon, salute to Bakari Sellers, salute to Jed and Josh. Listen, I want you up here with the puddings, man. When can we get you up here? I'm gonna put you on hold and get your information. Yeah.
You so old. You playing your edible intake I'm gonna be on my edibles this weekend.
You gotta plan your edible intake. You gotta plan what you putting in your body.
He knows the exact time he has to take it. So
damn right.
What time you taking it?
I'm gonna be on my edibles.
Hour
Don't
after
call
the
me on
kids go to
Saturday.
sleep.
I'm
Hour after the kids go to sleep.
Once I know them kids snoring, you damn right. I take that edible, then I watch me a nice movie, and the munchies kick in around midnight, and then you go get your little late night snack.
Mm-hmm.
Get it off your chest.
When you're born in 1978 like I am, you got to plan stuff like you gonna learn, Lauren.
800-585-1051. We got Jess with the Mess with Laura LaRosa coming up.
We do. Cardi B and Offset welcomed their baby, so we're gonna get into all of that.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now let's get to Jess with the Mess with Laura LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies,
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a coach assistant.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back.
And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
We can finally talk about it. Cardi B and Offset have welcomed their baby girl into the world. Can we get some chairs? Oh,
congrats to them.
Drop on the clues bombs for Barty and Offset.
Baby number 3 for Barty, right?
Yes. So they welcomed their baby girl into the world. I do not know the baby girl's name as of now, but Cardi B captioned a post where she put photos up of her, Offset, the rest of their babies in the hospital. Just holding the baby. Offset's doing the skin to skin thing. And the caption was the prettiest little thing. She came into the world on 9/7/2024. So for a while now, probably about a week now, fans and different people have been saying Cardi had the baby. That was during Fashion Week, but nothing was confirmed, and now it is out there. Cardi B, welcome.
It's so much of a blessing whenever you hear about a woman having a healthy delivery, because the way the maternal death rate is set up, especially for Black and brown women, hey, salute to Cardi.
Congrats to Cardi.
And Cardi actually had some. She talked about that freak accident that she had, that she was paralyzed for a little bit, and it could have caused issues with her pregnancy. So, yeah, congratulations to her. Now, Lil Wayne, we have been talking all week long about the Super Bowl and then back and forth about the fact that Lil Wayne was not picked for Super Bowl 2025 in New Orleans, and that Kendrick Lamar was. But now we are actually hearing from Lil Wayne himself on how he felt. Let's take a listen.
First of all, I want to say forgive me for the delay. And just the delay, I want to say I had to get strength enough to do this without breaking. I must say thank you to every voice, every opinion, all the care, all the love and the support out there. Your words turned into arms and held me up when I try to fall back. That hurt a lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown, for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. But y'all are amazing. It made me feel like not getting this opportunity. You guys reminded me that I ain't without y'all. I feel like I let all of y'all down by not getting that opportunity. But I'm working on me, and I'm working.
You know what was interesting in that for me? To hear him say, I'm working on me and I'm working. Because there's been, and Lil Wayne is the GOAT of what he does, right? And he is very deserving of all of his career accolades thus far. But I think it seems like there's an inner conversation that he's having with himself about why he was not chosen. And there have been conversations online, as this back and forth has been happening, about times where, Wayne didn't show up for shows, or,
they feel like he didn't take it
walked off of
serious,
stages, or, we were expecting music and we didn't get it. And I think as an artist, you probably deal with a lot that we don't know about. And it seems like in real time he's dealing with that, but he's still disappointed. He wanted the Super Bowl. He felt entitled to the Super Bowl because it's in his city. So,
yeah, that video made me feel bad because we all know the feeling of wanting something and not getting it. But like you just said, Lauren, what I love about Wayne, he didn't blame anyone but himself.
Right.
He said it was his fault because he had an expectation. Nobody promised him that opportunity. That's something we all wanted to see. That's a narrative that we created. But that doesn't necessarily mean it was going to happen. And yeah, he said he's working on himself. He's putting a lot of blame on not getting it on him. And yeah, that's interesting because of everything you just said. A lot of people online were saying it's Wayne's fault he didn't get it. So I don't know.
It made him human too, because when he said I had to take a minute to not, so I wouldn't break down when I got on camera. It's like artists, when you get to a certain magnitude, I feel like you're larger than life. You're kind of you're not real. And with Wayne, it's like I was wondering how he felt for a very long time. So to hear that he was that's so human to be like, man, I couldn't even talk about this for a couple of days without crying or whatever his breakdown was. So
and the artists be acting so cool cool, like they don't care about those kind of things.
Yeah.
You know,
And
you care about those accolades.
Exactly.
You care about those kind of accomplishments because there's no like, it's not like when you play sports and you get into a championship game and you win a ring.
Yeah.
Like those are the moments where you feel like you're getting a ring.
Yeah, the Super Bowls or the rings, the Grammy Awards.
Sadly, the Grammys, all of that stuff.
Those are the rings.
Yeah, those Lifetime Achievement Awards, all of that type of stuff.
And the good thing about it is, and I know a lot of people are upset currently still with Jay-Z because of the decision. The good thing is that Jay-Z is there and he understands what Wayne means to the culture because they have their history. And, you know, Super Bowl will come around again.
Right.
Not in New Orleans, though.
Not in New Orleans, right? But dang, rub it in, Charlotte.
Gotta come back to New Orleans.
Not in New Orleans. That's why it means so much to Wayne.
I know, but still.
It was in New Orleans, what, like 7 years ago?
I'm trying to find a silver lining. You just nothing bright and positive ever, huh?
The Super Bowl halftime show is the Super Bowl halftime show.
Any city.
Any city. Mm-hmm. I just know it would mean a lot for him to do it in New Orleans, but any city.
He heard you the first time you said it.
I'm just saying.
He heard you. I promise.
There'll be more rappers at the Super Bowl halftime show as long as Rock Nation is involved.
For sure.
Boy, as soon as Rock Nation walk away, y'all getting the Beach Boys. Y'all getting New Kids on the Block as soon as Rock Nation walk away. 5. And you know what? You Negroes gonna deserve it if y'all keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Rock Nation gonna moonwalk away and y'all gonna get Backstreet Boys.
Taylor Swift.
What? Why Nick just text me people in New Orleans don't F with Lil Wayne?
Who said that?
Nick, and I'm saying his name because why would you say that?
Everybody in New Orleans right now that's listening to us on
he has no clue.
Nick, I'm calling you out.
He has no clue.
Is looking at y'all like y'all crazy.
Oh, his source is his friends, his group chat.
Please. If you think New Orleans don't rock with Lil Wayne, you are on cocaine.
Because they was on there angry.
But then isn't he doing a festival? The Lil Wayne Friends Festival coming up shortly with everybody coming. Why'd you even say that?
Because it was crazy.
First of all, Nick is white, and the fact that you're repeating sources from white people. You sound crazy.
Yeah, you
Whoever said that New Orleans don't mess with Lil Wayne is sniffing the finest of cocaine with fentanyl.
What if his friends is black though? They don't count because they got a white friend.
There you go. That's just silly. When he does Louisiana Fest, you're gonna see if New Orleans rock with Wayne. How about that?
I don't need to see it. I know they do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. So Shannon Sharp, the live stream, the whole sexual situation with the woman, with Michelle, whoever sis is. So there were conversations yesterday about whether he would be fired from ESPN or not. So there were reports that he was not fired from ESPN. I reached out to confirm reports, and I spoke to a rep close to the network who confirmed to us that because Shannon addressed the situation on Nightcap with Ocho, he's going to be back to his normal scheduled programming on First Take Monday. And he's never on Thursdays or Fridays, which is why he wasn't on up until Monday. People were speculating like this is going to cause for him not to be at ESPN.
I didn't understand
blah, blah, blah.
I didn't understand any anyway, because I mean, allegedly he made a mistake. He was having a sex. Grown man, he's a grown ass man. I didn't understand what the problem would be. Why he would be fired?
I don't know. It gets weird in 2024 with like anything that's a little bit controversial and like get people in uproar and brands and sponsors or whatever. So it was good that they cleared the air. He did address this on ESPN as well. I mean on Nightcap 2, because I went back to them and I said, well, did ESPN make him do that? Did he have to come out and apologize in order to keep the job? Was it that type of situation? And from what I gathered from the conversation I had with the rep, it wasn't that. They backed him 100% on him taking the lead. He reached out to them, all that stuff, and he talked about that as well too. So no comment, Charlotte.
I thought you had audio.
Yeah, I do, but they wrapping me up. I can't play the audio.
Yeah, play the audio.
I called
but
my
y'all do this. I don't
agency.
be knowing.
I called ESPN after I just got this good. Tell them the truth. I said I just got to tell them the truth. My phone wasn't hacked. It wasn't a prank. It was me being a healthy, active male. I mean, y'all thought I was bull jiving.
You thought I was bull jiving. Y'all thought I was a bull dagger. I'm sorry.
What?
What?
You kinky this morning, man. That was Jess with the mess with Lola Rose. You kinky, man. My goodness.
Them
all
big
right.
lips got him in a trance. Bull jiving.
When we come back, we got front page news. Morgan will be joining us, so don't go anywhere.
You was so silent. Is that what you was over there doing? You was like fantasizing?
I'm listening to the story.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. Let's get back in some front page news. What we got, Morgan?
Yeah, so the Congressional Black Caucus's 53rd Annual Legislative Conference is happening at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center in Washington, D.C., and the event runs September 15th runs until September 15th, with a focus on legislation initiatives impacting the Black community. And in a Black Information Network exclusive, I spoke with Gregory Jackson. He is the head of the White House Office of Gun Violence and Prevention about the current state of gun violence in the U.S. Let's hear more from Action, Greg Jackson.
Gun violence is the number one cause of death for black youth in America, but also black men, and number 2 cause of premature death for black women. So this is a huge issue that's devastating our communities, but the CBC has stepped up. There's been 4 different panels on this, and there's a whole focus throughout this conference of how do we turn vision into victory, and not just thinking about elections, but thinking about how do we make sure these policies are working to save lives and prevent violence from happening in the future.
Yeah, so he also talked about Biden's efforts against gun violence. Let's hear those comments.
You know, this was the first president to name gun violence as a public health crisis in American history. He also was the first one to pass a bill on gun violence in nearly 30 years, the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. He actually moved forward with over 40 executive actions on gun violence. And to give you some comparison, that's more than any other president combined. He made the largest investment in youth mental health in American history in response to gun violence and how it's impacting our youth in schools and in communities. So this has been a top issue for him literally since day one.
Yeah, I think this is really important because, Vice President Harris, she recently admitted that she and second gentleman Doug Emhoff, they're both gun owners. Greg Jackson, he admitted to, in that conversation as well as being a gun owner. You guys have admitted to being gun owners. So it's about being responsible and using that as the last resort,
That's right.
in terms of, when to use that tool.
You're damn right. I don't even, I'm not admitted to being gun owners. I'm a proud Second Amendment.
I'm
proud
just saying.
gun owner.
But like you said, the problem is there is a lot of times there is no training, right? So when I was in college and I purchased my first gun at 21, I didn't get any training. I was just able to go in there and purchase a firearm. In Jersey, to get your firearm, you have to take classes. You have to learn what the laws are and the rules are. But just think about it. At 21 in college, you get your first gun, your first firearm. There were no rules and regulations to abide by. There was no classes or courses. They give you your first gun, and it's pretty much like good luck.
Yeah, and by the way, it's pointless to own a gun if you don't know how to use it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people just feel like having a gun gives them a sense of security and protection. No, you got to know how to use that firearm.
People think when something happens, they just going to instantly know how to use it.
No, but the thing is, there's different laws for different places. Like in New Jersey, if somebody is running out your house, you're not allowed to shoot them in the back. But in other areas, you're allowed to shoot in the back. Like, you have to know the rules and the laws in each state.
Yeah, but knowing the laws mean nothing if you don't know how to use the gun.
That's true.
Hit the range. Hit that range.
That's right.
Okay, so also during the Congressional Black Caucus's 53rd Annual Legislative Conference, I spoke exclusively with Texas Congresswoman and clapback queen Jasmine Crockett about Harris's housing plan. Let's hear those comments.
Recognizing that housing is a real issue, and we don't control the interest rates. It's the Fed that controls it. It's not the House. It's not the Senate. It's not the president. But that still doesn't mean that it feels good. So having a president that understands the challenges to building this generational wealth around the fact that we don't have access to housing like we need because the housing supply is in short numbers for a lot of different reasons. But she wants to make sure that there's more housing supply. The more housing supply, the less the prices will be, in addition to $25,000 down payment assistance for those first-time home buyers. That is a lot bigger than $1,200.
The $1,200 that she's referencing is the stimulus checks that people seem to think that they actually got from Trump because his name was on the check. But again, all of that was approved through Congress and Democratic efforts. Go ahead.
I really don't understand that, right? When COVID hit and they were encouraging people to purchase homes, the interest rates for purchasing a home went anywhere from 1.9 to 2.9%. And people were purchasing homes, and these banks were still making billions of dollars as profit with these people's with the interest rates. So I don't understand why they have to put the interest rates to 7%. Right, that discourages people from buying homes, and it puts it's a lot more on people. And the banks are not only just making $10 billion, now they're making $30-40 billion. I don't understand why they can't keep the interest rates low, where it encourages people to buy homes, it encourages people to pay less on their mortgage. I never understood that at all, because obviously it can be done because we did it for 4 years in COVID.
As someone who actually purchased my home during COVID, I can't necessarily relate, and I didn't necessarily have that rate. So there's that. I mean, to each his own. But to your point and to her point, the Fed controls all of that. So, hey, Fed, can you fix some of that, please, for us?
Yeah, lower that rate back so people can buy some homes.
Yeah, I need some more. So also she spoke about, she also shared her thoughts on former President Donald Trump. Let's hear those comments from Jasmine Crockett.
I'm not letting him off the hook for her. During the debate, he had an opportunity to say, I was wrong.
Yes.
And he didn't. Instead, he doubled down and said, well, they pled guilty. Well, let me tell you something. They were paid over $40 million because of their illegal incarceration. So if this is the guy that y'all think is going to lead the way to free us, when he still can't apologize for what was done to those black and brown boys, let me tell you, he still don't care about y'all.
She was referencing the Central Park Five when she first started when that clip first started. She was talking about the Central Park Five and how former President Trump took out that full-page ad. He spent money, and he did not apologize during the debate when he had an opportunity to do so. My governor, Governor Westmore, actually spoke at the Congressional Black Caucus too, and he said that racism is expensive. So, you know, in regards to that $40 million payout, yeah.
And listen, I salute to Jasmine Crockett. I really do hope we stop trying to correlate Donald Trump's criminal cases with him being able to relate to black people. Nobody thinks that makes Trump, like black people except for culturally clueless idiots and racists. Like, stop. Like, that's not even a conversation. Like, I don't even entertain that. Like, don't even dignify that with a response when people try to bring up those comparisons. Or try to say that's a correlation or that's why black people like Trump. Like, no, not because of no damn mugshot, not because they know none of his criminal cases. We can't relate to nothing Donald Trump is going through. We've never experienced that level of privilege. If I had 94 criminal cases, I wouldn't have no job. I wouldn't be able to apply for no job. I'd be in jail. I'd have been put in handcuffs. You never even seen Trump in handcuffs. Like, cut it out. Like, no, we can't relate to that.
So that's your front page news. I'm still at CBC today. There's a brunch at the White House. I'm going to continue to talk to the legislators and playmakers. And that's your front page news. You can follow me on social at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com.
All right. Now, thank you, Morgan. Now, when we come back, Rema will be joining us. His new album, He Is out right now, and we're going to kick it with him when we come back.
Ikaro, Nigeria. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but I think I'm trying to say good morning.
Okay. All right. Well, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave, of course, so Lauren's holding it down. And we got a special guest in the building. We got the brother Rema. How's it going, brother?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm all right.
Let me tell you something, Rema. Yes. I am a fan, bro.
I appreciate it.
I rock with your music. Heavy. Calm Down. First Afrobeat song in history to earn over 1 billion on-demand streams in America. How'd that feel?
Great. All glory to God.
Does it like annoy you at all with Calm Down? Because like here in the U.S., people talk about Selena Gomez on the song so much and like kind of throw some of the success of it her way versus you, but she gives you all of the credit. Does that annoy you at all sometimes?
I don't really see that. I don't really see the success being just thrown on her because like the collaboration, we both put our face into it.
Yeah.
We both put the same like effort. It felt like a real collaboration.
You did her a favor.
They did each other. They did each other a favor.
Like, yeah, she did me a huge favor as well.
Because she crossed
it over. She didn't have to do that. Right. I reached out to her. She's been a huge supporter of my music. Like even before the public knew.
Wow.
There's been a lot of great people who hit me up and like, yo, I like what you're doing. She was one of them. She's pulled up to shows on the low key, just watching the young lad just like grow and become this person.
Tell us about your inspiration. What got you into music? What made you start doing music? And when was your that aha moment that you was like, oh, this is really connecting?
I started from the church. The church really made me believe like I was doing something good. I used to draw, but like it wasn't like giving me so much vision, as per se. But I was getting more applause from music. Yeah, the church embraced it, and I just kept doing it. And then life got hard, drifted a little bit. Times where I paused, times where I needed to make it out for the family.
You call yourself the chosen one. I can't pronounce it. H-E-I-S. Heis?
He is.
He is.
But I just put together.
Oh, you put it together? Oh, duh. I'm an idiot. But it translates to someone special or chosen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's a Greek word.
So when did you become aware of like your own special, divine, unique qualities? When did you realize, I am the chosen one in my family?
I would say it's just like, I'm a spiritual person. I don't like to get too deep, but
we can tell though.
Everybody in this room loves God, brother.
But I just feel like there's just signs that come with prophecies, and you just be chilling, and the prophecy just hits you, and someone just walk up to you and say this, and you're just like, I see this in you. Or
you had to happen to you.
Sometimes it's just visions. You just have visions. And it's like, if the vision was never for me, then why did it come to me in the beginning? You know? So I just like take hold of it. And when you like put effort and faith in that one vision and it comes to life, it's like, probably might do this to the rest 50 visions I've got, and they just keep coming to life. I feel like my name also like holds that. Rema, as a revelation from another dimension. It's like another word for an idea. Like when an idea hits you, that euphoria, that's Rema. And you feel that feelings, like it's just like an adrenaline pump. I heard that in church, and I just feel like, you know, that name just stuck with me, and I feel like I leave the name.
You know, I wanted to know, you know, with the success of Calm Down and how big the record is, and how big you are with that record over here. I always talk to artists and they say one of their biggest fears is making a hit so early that big, because you always chase that hit. You always want to be bigger than that record. Have you had the same problem of trying to beat that record in the States?
No, I never planned to make a big record. I was just doing me. And the world, you know, went with it. And also, it's like, I'm grateful for education. It's not like school education, but like life education. People experience things not just for them to experience it and learn the lesson. I don't always look at success stories to learn. I also like to look at mistakes. A lot of people have had big songs. It's like the biggest bird cage. And it's just like cage to that. I don't let that affect like my creative process. I go to the studio with the same mentality. Like I made my first hit song. And then I have a vision. I like, if you look in my eyes, like you can see that I see something that's way ahead of me. It's just like whatever needs to happen now will happen now, and I know my way around it. I have no pressure. I feel no pressure. I'm happy, joyful. I'm making bangers still, and I like the way I moved with my new project as well. Just like, I don't like to move with the way people expect. I don't like to move with the rules. I don't do that.
Yeah, you blend a lot of different genres in your music. So what do those influences say about who you are as an artist and a person?
I'm in my own world. You know, I don't really write songs. I don't write. I just go to the studio and have fun. Sometimes I end up saying things that do not even exist. Like, not even words. I just.
What's an example of what's an example of like something that wasn't a word?
My first hit song, the chorus was not even a word. I just expressed myself. I was just in my own world, enjoying what I do, and I stand on it. Like I said, if the vision was never for me, then why did it come? You know, it's like no English word or Nigerian word could match the vibration that a chorus would send. It was just meant to be gibberish, and I did it. And it gave me a platform to express myself more. It gave me my first hit song. And in Nigeria, we call that lamba. Lamba is just something you just create out of the euphoria of being in the studio. While you're in that creative process, you just like close your eyes and just like express that one thing. It's just like saying boom without saying it was an explosion.
Yeah.
You know? You just say boom.
One of my favorite records of yours off the He Is project, you just laughing in the chorus on when you say, because I just like the way you applying pressure on me. When you say, I'm not going to take it easy on my haters. Monday morning, you talking about me while I'm making money. What inspired that record?
Exactly, the haters. It's like, for real though, like day in, day out, people just like talking about me, you know, and I'm stacking up every second. It's just a sign for you to do better with your time. It's like you're just hating on it. People been hating on me since I was dropped my first tape 19. I've been criticized a lot. I would say I've not been babysitted at all. I've been poked for years, and if no one got like my heart, they will literally crash. I feel like over time, even with my phases, the game kind of made me colder and colder, you know. I came with a loving heart. I spread so much love.
And the hate turned your heart?
A little bit, you know. It's just like sometimes you just want to give back that energy. You know, it's just like Kendrick. Sometimes you want to pop out and show.
Sometimes you want to wild out. But you said you said you were learning from experiences, right? You were talking about your hit and the success, but you also said mistakes as well. What was one of the biggest mistakes that you made
in the game or in life in general?
Both.
I would say, you know, trust. Like, you just literally have the biggest lessons from trust. Being a young kid and just wanting to embrace everybody and just seeing humans become like the stories you used to hear when you were younger. Like,
greedy monsters.
You know, I really had trust, you know? When you have love, when you put your all. You know, there are people who you hurt so much and they just stop not being good. Like me, I keep being good. Like, if I see my enemy, I'll still shake hands. But it's like, we know we're not cool, but it's like the respect of shaking hands. And also, I'm that believer that you don't have to be friends to be loyal. I also believe in that. Like, if we got money to make, let's make money, but we don't have to be friends, you know?
Oh, you mean, so, like here we say there's no permanent friends or enemies when it comes to business. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's like, just let's make money. It's like, and another thing is like, it's like years ago, it's like, I didn't know a lot of people that the game would bring my way. Why would I make that like a huge thing? Like, I didn't know you. Like, at first I just wanted to feed my family. So why would you be the highlight of my career? Why should I focus on you? I don't get time to do that, can't you? That's all.
All right, we got more with Remo when we come back. His album, is out right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess. And we're still kicking it with Afrobeats artist Rema. Now, do you feel like you get the respect you deserve when they talk about the Afrobeats genre?
I feel like the success came too quick, that people wish I didn't get it too quick. And you know when they want to give you respect when you have to be 10 years in the game? I feel like I didn't, my career didn't play according to those rules. And I was already breaking like 7-year career worth of records at 3 years in the game. You understand? I already went international from my first EP. So it's like people have this mind frame that we have to see you striving for 10 years. Like, you have to grind. We have to see videos of you in the studio. Like, you did walk. You know, like, why do I need to? I don't post me in the studio. All you see is music. I don't give people I don't really tell people nothing about my personal life. They don't know nothing. I think people just saw my mom for the first time. People just want you to strive so hard so that they can be able to give you a flower. It's like, no, it's something called grace, though. It's like, I put in so much work that I don't want to show it. People know I put in so much work. They want me to be 10 years in the game to be like, oh, okay, now we can say you are this or you are top this, or like, it's like, come on, man. Let's be real.
Do you feel like when people have the top 3 male Afrobeat artist conversation, you should be included? I know right now they include Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Davido. Do you think you should be included in that?
Respect to the OGs, but yeah, I'm one of them once.
You tweeted no more big 3, there's now a big 4.
Yeah. And if you look at it, my impact in Afrobeats has been huge. You understand? It's not just about hit songs. A lot of people have hit songs, but the impact in the journey of Afrobeat to the world, like, I don't even want to say a lot, but just something as little as major award shows creating an Afrobeat category because of the success of my song has already shifted or opened gates. It's like India as a country, like being able to do huge arenas in 3 cities and having Indians in multitude come out to sing Afrobeat songs word for word. It's like, it's on another level. And that's just like a little peak of the iceberg of what I've done in the game. But I don't like to talk about it. I don't put my plaques in my house to like fuel myself with that ego. I don't want to talk about it. But it's quite sad. Must I be 30 years old to give me that flower? Times has changed. You don't need to be 10 years in the game to be a legend, to be an icon, to be someone who inspired the next generation. It's just what it is. Whatever favoritism, all of that is like, that's on them. Everybody in their hearts, they know. And I know. I read body language from everyone. From the game, the artists, everything. Love to everybody though. It's like,
you said a lot of labels are trying to clone you. You said tell your stylist to stop sending mails to brands.
Reading my tweets.
My name to get clothes. Artists really sending stylists mail with your name to get clothes? You said I'm gonna pull up to your show and strip you on stage because that's my whole fake celebrities, fake industry.
Oh, they pulling up
labels
with
get creative. Stop trying to clone me. Then you said Rema made Afrobeat EP a big statement. Every new artist since 2019 ate from the same template.
That was pretty wordy for someone who don't
Which
like to talk
one do you want me
about
to
it.
start with?
What motivated all of that?
I'm a very chill person until the cup is full. Might as well just say a few things, just get a few things out my chest, right? I don't really want to embarrass anyone. And sometimes the times where you need to make a statement is the saying that when a lizard shakes his head, like he's adjusting his own ego, he's praising his own self, because nobody want to give him his flowers or nobody want to give him praise. But I'm not here in this interview to beg for flowers or anything. Sometimes I just like to clear the air, like reaching out on behalf, saying you're a Rema stylist and just stealing my clothes, month worth of clothes, and like brands that have created a relationship think they're sending clothes to me and they're sending my clothes to you. Seeing some funny shoe sizes, it's like, whoa. So who got these tiny legs? It's some funny stuff. It's like hilarious. About the EPs, is just like, I mean, when I came to the game, I came with a template. I just like the way like new artists come and have a dominance. Mine was just different from the day one. I started, the whole EP trail. I mean, every artist, it's 2019, like walked on that path. Like even new artists just had to like, when you come out, you pop out with that EP. But a lot of people would argue with that. A lot of people just don't want. Sometimes I don't like to feel like some Afrobeat messiah or someone just. Sometimes they don't really like you being quite young and saying something. Sometimes it's not for you to say. Sometimes it's the truth, but it's not for you to say. Sometimes I just want to leave it, and sometimes I just can't wait for it to be in the air because I just can't wait for maybe like the OGs to say it, and I'll be like, okay, no one's saying it, so I might as just well. But slowly, it's just like I really don't want that picture of Afrobeat messiah. Oh, let's do it for Afrobeat. It's like I really don't want things to be that serious. And I just want to express myself. That's all. And when things are not looking good and I want to clear something, I just want to clear it and leave it at that. But starting to like make an agenda on tweets that I felt at the moment, I mean the tweets has cleared whatever I need to. I don't really need to like embody it in interviews. It's not so much of a big deal. You get me?
What's your relationship like with the OGs, with the Burna Boys and the Beatles and WizKid? Do y'all have relationships? Or?
Yeah, big respect. One thing I'm happy about is that we all respect each other. There's respect. There's difference between being a boy,
a friend.
Yeah, a friend. I got friendship. I got respect. A lot of people got friendship from big dogs. I ain't got respect. I got respect. If I don't even got friendship, but I got my respect, that's okay for me.
All right, well, we got more with Remo when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess, and we're still kicking it with Remo. Now, Remo, do you feel like the U.S. has watered down Afro beats at all? Like, it just seemed like they just took a couple of records and made them big, and almost like that was it to see. But when you go to Africa, South Africa, Nigeria, all these different places, it's so much more. You feel like it's watered down at all?
No, I think when we start like having a lot of international dominance, we sometimes the little influence from the outside come in, and sometimes you just want to like make it more understandable for the people to digest the music better. Maybe slow down on the little local dialect and maybe like put in a little more English so that they can understand, So, or like maybe the beats, maybe it's too intense. Like maybe they just want something like, But at the time, we like, we never really used to care what anybody think. It's like if they like it, they like it. If they don't, bad. Right? It's like we just go to the studio and be free. I didn't know if America was gonna like Calm Down. I didn't know if Europe was gonna like it. I just do stuff. There are some of my songs that are more successful in France than they are in a country 2 hours away from France. It's just like different crowds pick whatever they want to pick. India, they got what they like, Other African countries, they got what they like, I would say like my first album did so well internationally than it did locally. You understand? I was just making music, but the international crowd grasped it more than the locals, right? My new album, the locals grasped it more than the international. It's just like it comes with the face, right? But I really don't have a place in people's decision when they create. Some people create what they want to create. Some people actually plan to create because they plan to be in a territory, and sometimes could prompt several features. Or I need to feature this artist, or these people, this is what they like to listen, so let me do this but in an Afrobeat version that will be more digestible to them. But it's a different concept, but generally I hope over time it don't be the norm. It's like, come on, it's not us now. We're very rugged with it, like we're wicked with the beats, with the flow. It's like, let's stand on that, because that was the main foundation of Afrobeats.
I like what you said about that, because when I tell people that I listen to you, that's one thing they say about, especially with the new project, they say that you highlight the local roots of Afro beats with your drums and your sound pattern. So that's intentional to do that.
Yeah, that was intentional. You see, it just has to do with someone that has an outer body experience, that look at the game from like whoa, what we got going on? You know? What we got going on right now? But sometimes it's like, another thing is like, think about it. Some people will be like, okay, you feel like you can make this move because you already have your international song. We want to have our own international song too. Why you think? It's like, I never like, yeah, Calm Down is a softer beat. It's like, I have a lot of songs with soft beats. Like, I make love songs, I make all type of jams, but it's just like, that rawness is just something that was just being lost. It was like, what they call it, lost art. It's just like, yo, gotta remind, like, because also, if you think about it, I'm not trying to be selfish because I have a huge song. Also think about the guys in the underground. If we lose this art, like, you know, the streets this is their bop.
That's right.
Like, you gotta also make them know that, yeah, this person who's so huge is still willing to tap in so low to the roots.
Like, I see you.
You know, it's like, I see you. It's like, it's also possible for you guys. Like, don't make it like, because now the guys on the ground will think like, oh, I have to water down my stuff.
No, I want to hear traditional Afro beats.
You get it.
You talk about bad healthcare in Nigeria, and you always talk about giving back to the church, giving back to the kids. What do you think can be done to change some of the stuff that you and your family went through to make sure the next generation doesn't have that problem? Are you working towards that as well?
A lot of things are being held down by the government. The government is starting to understand that they are not as influential. We are the ones having the real influence on the youth. A lot of times they have to bring us close to know what the youth want. And maybe some might have us close for their own agendas, but it's just your decision to stand with their agenda. There's no amount of money the government want to give me. I'd be like, oh. Like, no government money can freak me. I've said it in a lot of songs that I think I'm starting to make more money than politicians. It's like, you know, I feel like with the influence that we have, we are now at the point where we can tell them like, yo, you're not doing your job. If I'm sitting with a governor, I would whisper to his ear, I'm like, I don't think you're doing this right. I'm sorry it's coming from a 24-year-old, but it's like, I think I tap in with what their perspective. You can't see that, sir. I'm sorry. Policies, like, just help convince them about policies. And the little we can do, like, with investing with the money we make, bringing back home, giving kids life a meaning. A lot of times I'll be telling my manager, because we have a lot of deep talks, it's like, it's not about giving rice. Everybody just want to give rice. It's like, you just want to go make some food. Do you know if some kid got some allergy to rice and then you gave rice, but then you leave and then the kid got to go to the hospital to sort out the allergy? Do you understand? It's like, are you like, this is a whole different perspective to me giving back. I don't like to do the basic give back that, oh, I gave you food, that's it. It's like, no. It's like, what about tomorrow? What are they going to eat tomorrow? It's like, I'd rather create a platform that will consistently provide.
Yeah.
You know? Create a platform that will consistently educate. Create a platform that will consistently clothe. Create a platform that will consistently shelter. It could be 100 people. It could be 500 people. But if it's 1,000 people or 500 people, but at least it's quite consistent than I'm giving 1 million people food today. Tomorrow they'll be hungry. It's like, that's my perspective of giving back platforms, policies.
And they should listen to you. I mean, you just had a show in your city. You had 20,000 people come out.
I think it was 30, even
30?
more.
Wow.
There were a lot of people outside.
Wow.
It's like,
what did that feel like? Been doing that in your hometown. How you pronounce your hometown? Benin? Benin.
Yeah. There's a Benin City. There's a country called Benin, same spelling. Benin City. It was really beautiful, iconic. There and there, I felt a lot of joy, love, anger. Sorry to say.
Anger? Why?
It's just.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, this place has struggled so hard. This place has stomped on me. It's not really like you're blaming the people. It's just like you're just blaming the environment for your struggle.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, I have to give back in some way. I didn't want their money. First of all, it was not about, hey, I'm the star. Come on, watch me. Like, pay to watch me. It's like, no. It's like, I made sure the tickets were affordable because life is hard in Nigeria. First of all, tickets are affordable, and also I don't make myself the center of the event. No, the people won, and then everything that has to do with the show, giving them an iconic show, the great stage, great sound. If I had bad sound in that stadium, they'll be like, yeah, it was a great show regardless. Why? Because I didn't put my all into the stage or the sound, because I was so focused on me being the talk of the town. Like, it's all about me. It's not even about the sound. People will take it. they'll still say it's a good show. But I was like, I made sure, the security of the people, even the security of the people outside that cannot get in, because I know that would be a possibility. Just making sure that they have a good show and making sure that I can impact, give back, inspire as much youth as I can. Yeah. I think I did that.
Let's get into a joint off that. What you want to hear? What joint you want us to play this morning?
Let's play he. I know. No,
can he
that record is hard, man.
What record he wants to play? What record you want to do?
I want to do He Is, the actual He Is, the song He Is.
He Is. Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you for joining us. Next time you're in town, come back up here.
Brother,
absolutely, man.
Yeah, don't be letting them take your outfits. They fly.
Word up.
I appreciate it.
Don't let nobody dim your light. Like I like your confidence, man. You know what I'm saying? And your belief in God. Like
absolutely.
I can see God in you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Rema, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get right to it.
Salute to Rema, man. Thank you for pulling up, man. Go get that He Is album out right now.
And let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies, She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mack.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's the coach of shoes.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Alrighty, so there has been some updates in the Diddy $100 million default judgment that we reported on earlier this week. So Derek Lee Cardello Smith, who is the plaintiff, who is alleging all of this different stuff, sexual assault, all this different stuff that he's saying he needs to be compensated for, has now been hit back with an answer from Diddy's team. So Diddy's team filed a document. It's an emergency motion to set aside the default judgment, and they also filed to dissolve the TRO that was granted to the plaintiff. So basically what that means is the money that they're saying Diddy has to start paying this guy on October 1st, right. Diddy's team is like, hold on, we need an emergency conversation about why this should not have been granted. And they awarded him a TRO, which basically meant that Diddy's team was not allowed to sell any property in that state or anything related to what could be used to pay the plaintiff. They're saying none of that makes sense because the plaintiff has no interest in any of the property. So how dare he say what we can and can't do? Now,
this is wild.
It's a lot. So last time I reported, I told you guys that the judge never addressed the statute of limitations on the sexual assault stuff. Diddy's team is alleging, and I actually reached out and received this statement from them. And what they're alleging is that the statute of limitations on that ran out 17 years ago. They are also saying, because the last time I reported, I said that the judge said that she had receipt of Diddy being served, and we actually have audio of that. Can we take a listen real quick before I get into it?
I have a proof of service showing that Mr. Combs was served on July 6th of 2024.
Yes, yeah.
Return receipt requested was provided, so there is proper service. Mr. Combs has neither appeared nor responded to this request, so I'm going to grant your motion for a preliminary injunction temporary restraining order and order that the defendant and their agents are hereby enjoined temporarily for a period of 90 days from the sale, transfer, or exchange, trade, or transaction of title or deed to the property listed as the address and placed on the market by defendants for the amount of $70 million. And this property and estate belonging to or connected to defendant Sean Combs shall cease and desist any and all trades, transactions, or otherwise stop the process. This shall have an immediate effect.
That was a lot of legal jargon. I don't understand. But it happened recently, though.
Yes. So I was going to sum it up for you because I knew it is a lot of legal jargon. So basically what just happened in that Zoom, and this was from the other day when we originally reported this, but I did
this
not.
This is the story from the man who said Diddy had his hand on his butt, allegedly.
Yeah, this is from this man, the man with the hand. Yep.
He said Diddy touched his butt, allegedly.
The left buttocks. Yes, allegedly.
Why you said that twice? Man, we heard you the first time.
Because that's what he remembers. You know how his mind works.
I'm just trying to keep the story going.
Go.
So basically, that Zoom is from court recently. I didn't use that the first time I reported because I'm like, this doesn't make sense. This is a lot of money for him to have been served and just be you know what, I'm good. So when I reached out to get more information, what they're saying in response to that is that, first of all, the last time that Diddy lived in the house that this man is claiming Diddy was served at was over 3 years ago. They're also saying that because in this same Zoom, court hearing, the man alleges that Diddy came to him. They had a conversation. Diddy
Right.
like basically tried to offer to settle. And Diddy's team is saying that is completely not true. Diddy does not know this man. Not even does he not know this guy, but they didn't even know about this hearing whatsoever. And they keep saying it's because the online system in Michigan is a lot different than other places. They didn't even know about this. They found out about this when news outlets started reaching out to his attorneys for response to the default judgment. So they just recently found out about all of this. Yeah, basically they're asking for this to not happen.
So they're saying he never got served.
Never got served. He does not know this man. They're also just overall saying all of the claims of assault and the sexual stuff and the drugging completely not false. I mean, completely false. Sorry, completely false. And they want to make it clear too that this guy has a record from what they found of doing this. Like, he's entered a lot of other lawsuits that judges have been like, that's silly. We're not even honoring that. But this judge, for some reason, because of the amount of money, did not take a second look into it. And I was listening to some other reporting where normally, I guess in these situations, a judge who's supposed to be the protective party over a person's rights, when you do a default judgment, it takes away a person's right to defend themselves.
Right.
They're saying that there should have been another step because of the amount of money that this guy was granted, like another, hey, Diddy, are you sure about this? And it didn't happen. So everybody's trying to figure out what's going on, but his team is saying they're calling BS.
And also, some more of the legal jargon. Diddy's selling his Bel Air home, right? He bought it for $35 million. He's selling it for $70 million. And that junction that she put in basically said he cannot sell that house until this is taken care of.
Anything that would make it where Diddy may not be able to pay this guy, or
Right.
you know what I mean? Like anything that's going to touch his money, close to the amount of money that this guy's supposed to be paid, this guy is saying, I need to be able to control that. And his team is saying, wait a minute, no, you shouldn't be able to control
And this
that.
guy has no lawyer. He's doing this all on his own?
Yeah, he was in court by himself. He was representing himself.
That's crazy.
Now,
he reading all the jail law.
no, he
figuring
was
it
in
all
there
out.
dropping statutes and
Lord have mercy.
he's been sitting there for some time.
What does he come on? Do we know?
I have no idea. So in other Diddy news, so
You want
Dawn,
to invite him to a party or something?
yeah, don't you got a birthday coming up?
Who?
You.
My birthday
not till
passed.
June. I want to know why Diddy. I said Diddy. Why? And you want to know why when he coming on?
I'm just curious because he's
I know
doing
you are.
Never mind. Go ahead. I hate this guy.
Y'all are
I know
so
you are.
annoying. Like,
I'm so annoying.
So in other news, Diddy recently, in addition to that, like, this is so serious and this is what y'all do.
Sorry.
We talking about people being allegedly abused here, or not. Who knows? Diddy is now being sued in addition to what we just talked about by Dawn Richards. You guys will remember her. She was a part of Making the Band.
Dirty Money.
Dirty Money, the Danny D. Kane era. So
Yep.
basically what she's alleging a lot of different things too. So she is saying that she, number one, has not been paid for a lot of different things that she's done, whether it's been like writing, producing, performances, different brand deals that she did for Ciroc, and she wants that money. But she's also saying that because of the different things she's had to endure, like she says that she watched she watched Diddy punch Cassie at one point, and this is all alleged, during a dinner where allegedly Jimmy Iovine, Usher, and Neo were at the table, and it was like a huge label dinner, tons of people there, and nothing happened. The dinner just went on, and they continued to do business and make a lot of money with the label. She's saying that at one point she was headed to a studio in 2005. Allegedly, she saw Kim Porter coming out of the studio with like various like fractures and different things to her face that were very obvious, and she was crying. She's saying that just when it came to the girls from Making the Band and Dirty Money, he would treat them insane. Like, they were basically starved, allegedly, according to Dawn. They were overworked. They would have to work for like periods of like 36 to 48 hours without being properly fed. And because of that, she actually ended up in the hospital at one point. And I mean,
I was just reading some of it yesterday. He would allegedly starve her out and then have the chef cook in front of her,
and would eat in front of them, and would only
that's
make them
crazy.
eat like drink peanut butter milkshakes or something like that. But Dawn has always been, so when he did all that, giving back the catalogs and all that, it was a well-known conversation that Dawn and Aubrey O'Day did not do it. They didn't take back their whatever it was from him, because, and Aubrey spoke out about this. She did a special with TMZ where she talked about she didn't do it because there was an NDA in there that said that you couldn't, I guess, talk about certain things, whatever those things were. And some people are speculating that Dawn didn't do it as well because she knew she wanted to be able to come out and tell her story. But we have audio about her talking about one of the instances where Diddy would like talk to them kind of crazy.
We were coming to rehearsal in New York. We were doing Saturday Night Live. Yeah. And Kalina and I didn't know we had rehearsals. And we were asking everybody, yo, when's rehearsals? They didn't know. We get to SIR Studios and Puff on us. He spazzes out on us. Like, and we was like, y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want it. I threw my purse down. I was like, well, you want to go? We can go. There was this chess battle that happened between him and I think everybody's eyes was like, Dawn. Like, D-Rock was looking at me like, little bit. Like, where you going to go with that? And I think that was the first time Puff was like, yeah, I needed to maybe slow down on that moment.
And there are like there's a tons of
talk about the car thing that you told me behind the scenes. I thought that was real interesting.
So two things. So first of all, Dawn said that there was one time when she walked into Diddy's house, and this is when Cassie was cooking him the eggs, and he threw the hot eggs at Cassie, and he came downstairs in his underwear, and Dawn was like, "Can you put some clothes on?" And he was like, "No, this is me. This is what I'm doing." And she had to sit there and talk to him in his underwear. And then there's another time in the lawsuit where she talks about showing up late to a studio in New York, and Diddy was so upset at her and the other girl from Dirty Money that he went off on them. All the words she just said, all of that happened. Bees, y'all don't want this. Y'all don't want to work for this. And he went to swing on her, according to Dawn, allegedly, and the bodyguard grabbed her. So the bodyguard intervened. So he didn't hit her. And then the bodyguard threw her in like a Bentley, like a bad boy Bentley that they had. This is the part though. She's saying, because people are like, why you just didn't get out the Bentley and leave? She's saying that she was in that Bentley for hours, at least minimum 2 to 3 hours, because there were no interior doors in the Bentley. And she realized that when she got in. No door handles, yeah. Yeah, no door handles. And she was able to call her dad within all of that only because the other band member had her cell phone. So she called her dad because she really thought something was going to happen to her. And her dad drove from Baltimore to New York and demanded to see her.
I know he was ready to catch a body.
But listen, because he was so upset, the team members around was like, yo, we gotta let her see her dad. They let her see her dad, but Diddy and the dad got into it, and her dad was so shaken up by them getting into it, according to Dawn, allegedly, that she felt bad. She felt like, I don't want to put my family in this position, and she basically backed off of it because the dad was starting to call the police. And the next day they performed at SNL, and Diddy told her, like, great job, y'all did amazing, but don't ever call your dad again unless you're in the hospital. So it was a lot of reoccurrences of like these crazy things would happen. She would witness crazy stuff. Nobody would do anything, but they're making money and they're, they're successful. So she's just quiet. But she said she didn't even get paid.
Door handles feels like that has happened before.
That is all according to her. And I want to also say
every story about Diddy gets crazier and crazier and freakier and freakier. That documentary 50 doing is going to have to be on Pornhub.
Diddy's attorney, Erica Wolf, is saying Mr. Combs is shocked and disappointed by the lawsuit. Dawn is attempting to rewrite history. She's manufactured false claims in hopes of trying to get a payday, conveniently timed to coincide with her album release and press tour.
Jesus.
Yeah, well, that was a lot. Look, can we clap for me, man? It's early. Y'all not going?
We're not clapping after nothing.
Yeah, clap after you just reported.
I'm saying the fact that I got through the report.
We'll clap after the show.
Y'all know what I mean. Don't turn this into. That was a lot of stuff to report, and I am not an attorney.
It's not about you, Lauren.
You're right. Sorry.
Jesus. Right. Well, that was Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. All right. Well, who you throwing your donkey to over there?
I don't even want to talk right now. I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
You'll be back.
I'll give you a hug.
Shut up.
From the back.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Some donkey todays just saw themselves.
I've been watching Charlamagne. I was ready for it.
I never heard of a donkey the other day. What is it?
I'm a donkey.
Say it again, Charlamagne.
I'm a donkey.
Yes, you are a donkey.
I'll show you how to act a donkey.
Everything that Charlamagne is saying is true.
Donkey of the day. For Friday, February 13th. Oh, it's Friday the 13th. Yikes. I don't care about that no more. I used to, not anymore. It goes to a woman named Michelle Cobb-K, I think her name is. I'm probably pronouncing her last name wrong. Listen, man. I am reminded every day how hard it is for women to find the right partner out here. Okay, I am surrounded by some very, 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 very single women. Damn, okay? I'm talking about the type of women that J.D. Vance uses to prove his childless cat lady point. But it's not because they don't want a man. Okay? It's not because they don't want to be in a relationship. They just can't find a man. In full disclosure, it's hard for me as an unk. Okay? It's hard for me as an unk to these women. It's hard for me as a brother to these women. It's hard for me to feel sympathy for them because I know them. And because I know them, I can totally see why they single. I totally understand why they can't find anyone.
Why you saying to me, Envy?
Why nobody wants to be with them.
Why you saying to me?
Why their relationships don't last. I completely understand, okay? But I also can understand why women be sick of men, okay? A lot of men need to go through the work on themselves. That's why I be stressing healing. I know a lot of women who refuse to even date a man who's not going to therapy, and I don't blame them. But some women, like Michelle Cobb-K.
Stand out of here.
some women like Michelle Cobb-K are going to extremes to prove that they don't need a man. See, Michelle Cobb-K has been diagnosed with objectophilia. Ever heard of that? Anybody in the room?
I have not.
It's when you develop an attraction to objects. Okay? Because of this condition.
Why are you looking at me with that, Envy?
Michelle fell in love. All right? You know what she fell in love with? And I want all my single friends, all my single, nieces and sisters to listen. Because there's other options out here, okay?
Okay.
Michelle fell in love with an airplane.
Oh.
Not just any airplane, a Boeing 737-800. She says she's attracted to the plane's wings.
Okay.
The plane's winglets.
Okay.
And its thrusters. Oh, Michelle said the plane got a big-ass cockpit. Okay, she carried out a long-distance relationship with the airplane, but after 9 years of flying high, the relationship has come crashing down because Michelle and her Boeing 737-800 have finally broken up. I know you all are listening to me, and you're saying to yourself, Uncle Charlotte, what the hell are you talking about? Well, if you don't believe me, Michelle was on a reality show with her bae, so you can listen to the story for yourself. Let's listen.
Michelle's love of planes is known as objectophilia. And she's not alone. Over 5,000 people worldwide are also in love with inanimate objects. And that's just what's been documented. Unable to fit 129 feet and 6 inches of 737 into her apartment, the focus of Michelle's daily love is her models and the life-size scrap parts she buys online. Michelle has spent some $6,000 on these 737 parts.
You judging, okay? But when the plane starts talking dirty to you, saying things like, baby, I'm carrying a full load and the passengers are ready to disembark. Ooh, you can talk back to the plane dirty and say, ooh, baby, you want your bin stuffed? Listen, man. Michelle said her biggest dream was to be married and live with the plane. She says she sleeps with her darling every night, either with real, components like the spoiler, the flap track fairing, and tank valve, or a 5'2" model. She said intimacy is part of our relationship. I'm actually kind of shocked they couldn't make it work because in relationships, there is going to be turbulence. Okay, see, in relationships, everything starts out good. It's a smooth takeoff, but there's going to be points where the ride gets bumpy. That's why you have to wear your seatbelt on the plane. You can't get up and go to the bathroom right now. Sit here and figure it out. What you gonna do? Get up, open the emergency door, and jump out just because things are getting rough? You 30,000 feet in the air. That's not gonna work. Okay, you are not going to be on cloud 9 every moment of a relationship, even if you are dating a plane. And none of the single ladies I know better be judging.
I'm judging.
I wasn't. I didn't know you were single. I wasn't even talking about you. Why are you jumping? Why you? Why you? Why you?
You didn't know I was single.
I had no idea.
All of your nieces, you didn't know I was single. Okay, all right, keep going.
All I'm simply saying to all my nieces out there,
all my nieces.
Okay, at least Michelle had somebody. All right, she was with that plane for 9 years. Okay, my single friends could never, or maybe they could, but they got too many wants. Okay, these checklists of what they need a man to do, and they don't even check off none of the boxes they looking for in others.
I feel so bad for them.
What you want in someone else, you must possess in yourself. So imagine how fly Michelle must be that she ended up with a whole plane as a sexual partner for 9 years. She did what works for her, and for the record, her and the plane have stayed on good terms. And the breakup wasn't too messy. And she said her and the plane are still friends. That's good to know that Michelle and the plane had a smooth landing. Please give Michelle Cobb-K the sweet sounds of the Hamiltones.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
Good morning to all my single nieces. Good morning to all my single sisters.
Turn this way.
Good morning to all my single friends. Okay? There's just another option out there for y'all. Okay?
That's why that fan won't open, because God don't like ugly.
There's another option out there for y'all. Okay? That starts with a P. All right?
Whoa.
There's another P option. All right?
Whoa.
I want y'all to know.
This over?
How you feeling?
Man.
I feel great.
Okay. All right.
Man, this is crazy.
What's crazy?
What?
What's crazy?
What?
Hey, Mack, come here, Mack.
What?
What big? Hit the wobble one time. Hit the wobble one time for Big Mac.
You can't do the wobble. He lost weight. Do the cha-cha slide.
Mac is concerned. Mac is concerned.
Who are you concerned about?
He's concerned about the single people, the single nieces.
What you got, Mac?
The single sisters.
Mac, I know you're not
friends.
waging war between the single community and the Fat Lives Matter community. Because you don't want this war. You don't want this war. We got nothing but time, baby.
Just Mac, just talk. Just say what you said.
I was just concerned because
say it with your chest. Come on.
This lady took the Mile High Club like literally, and it just made me think that the way you was coming to the defense, that maybe you was just upset that you wasn't getting any turbulence in your middle seat.
Wow. He said your middle seat is empty.
But this came from a spot of love.
I love you.
It came from love.
I love you, and this is with love.
I know,
This response is with love.
I don't even know why you're taking this personal. Lauren, why are you taking this personal? Let Lauren speak. Lauren, why are you getting upset?
I'm representing for my people, and I just want to say,
who is your people?
At least, a lot of the single community only need a middle seat. We don't need multiple seats.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
So,
She shot back at you.
Max, she said you. She said you fly cargo, Max. Whoa.
But it's obvious that ladies, it's getting bad because y'all fall in love with all inanimate objects. Y'all fall in love with roses. Y'all fall in love with planes.
Damn,
like
true.
it's
ain't
getting
nobody
bad
out here
out
falling in love with objects. Like. Yo, okay, turn the wobble off. This is over. Wrap it up. It's over.
What's the last thing you fell in love with?
This is not about me. We're not doing this.
Listen, man. It's okay. You
I
should fall in love with objects because objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. So that lets me know that objects, you will be with an object before you be with a man. That's what I'm getting from all this.
I got faith in you. You're gonna find somebody. You're gonna find somebody.
That's what I'm getting from all this.
All right. When we come back, Fawn Weaver will be joining us.
Big Fawn!
She is the CEO of Uncle Nearest
Let me tell
Whiskey.
you something. Fawn came up here 7 years ago.
That's right.
And 7 years ago, she had an idea, and her idea was this whiskey called Uncle Nearest.
That's right.
7 years later, Uncle Nearest has a valuation of $1.1 billion. Come on now, let's talk about it. She'll be here
I
in a
got
second.
sent. Can I add this? This is the difference to Diddy. What we just was talking about.
Oh no, let's come back and do that.
No, it's important.
Not right now.
Okay.
No,
y'all know I don't like to leave nothing out. It's important.
Okay. All right. We'll be back at the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Laura Rosa is filling in for Jess, and we got a special guest in the building.
That's right.
We have Fawn Weaver, ladies and gentlemen. New book out now called Love and Whiskey: The Remarkable Story of Jack Daniel, his master distiller, Nearest Green, and the improbable rise of Uncle Nearest.
Yes.
How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling
like
great.
$1 billion.
I'm feeling too. Listen,
I'm feeling in the hallway.
I'm feeling good.
Who is this? This has to be her.
So break down what Uncle Nearest is and explain what.
All right, Lauren's got the bottle. Pass me the bottle. So this is the bottle.
That's right.
So this is Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey. It is the most awarded bourbon of the last 5 years in a row worldwide. It's about to be 6. That also is improbable because we're coming into an industry that's been dominated by the same people for hundreds of years, and it became the fastest growing, still is, bourbon or American whiskey in U.S. history. Wow. And Uncle Nearest is the first known African-American master distiller. His name is Nearest Green. His legal name was Nathan, but we don't use Nathan because he didn't use Nathan. Any document on him that he was involved in post-slavery, he didn't use Nathan, which it was very common if you were given a name that after you were free, if you didn't like the name, you changed the name. So he went by Nearest. His kids called him Nearest. His grandkids called him Nearest. So we call him Nearest Green. But now, when this came out, it was the first time an African American was ever commemorated on a spirit bottle. And when we opened Nearest Green Distillery, it was the first time ever that a distillery had been named after an African American.
Can you break down the whole Jack Daniels of it all? 'Cause
Absolutely.
Everybody knows Jack Daniels.
Yeah,
right? So you break down, like why he's so intricate to this story too?
Because Nearest Green was the teacher of Jack Daniel. He was the teacher. He was the mentor. Before this story came out, before I did the research and brought the researchers together, Jack Daniels, the company, didn't realize that Distillery Number 7 ever existed. Their records only went back so far. And so they're looking at it and looking at their distillery number. I said, no, you got to take that back. Old Number 7 was the actual distillery, and Nearest Green is the only known master distiller for distillery number 7. So when I came to this story, the very first thing that I did was buy that original property where distillery number 7 was, where Jack grew up, the 313 acres above Lynchburg, Tennessee, because that allowed me to start piecing the story together and to be able to, I mean, coming into a story that is so iconic. Jack Daniels is a ubiquitous brand around the world. And I was coming in and saying, not only was an African American there at the beginning of it, but Jack treated him fairly. And you're talking about the South, Lynchburg, Tennessee. And for a person to be treated as an equal that was a black person, that was unheard of.
What year was this?
This is in the 19th century. So everywhere from about 1856 until Jack died in 1910.
Because I know with Prohibition too, because a lot of people will hear this story and say, well, if he treated him nicely, why did you have to go back and say, check out distillery number 7? But with Prohibition, there were so many different things that happened where they made it where, like after, like when Harlem Renaissance came along and like just the political powers that black people couldn't say, oh, I did that.
Well, in this instance, it was a little different. So in this instance, during Prohibition was 20 years in our country, 20 years. But in Tennessee, it was 30.
Wow.
They started 10 years before. So most people don't know that Jack Daniels moved to the Lou. Jack Daniels was in St. Louis for 10 years.
Got you.
And leading up to Prohibition. So on the other side of Prohibition, it reopens, but it's in so much trouble. Jack's nephew is in trouble. So they eventually had to sell it to another company. It's under that company's watch.
Got you.
That the story disappeared. But under Jack and his descendants, they made sure. So when you look at this photo, the reason why I started this book with this photo is Jack Daniel didn't just put a black man to his right in 1904. He ceded the entire center position of the photo to the black man. So that was Jack's way of saying, America's going to try to write you out. I'm not going to allow him to.
Wow.
And then his biography written in 1967, height of the civil rights era, and you have Nearest and his boys mentioned more times than Jack and Jack's own family.
Wow.
And so you knew that Jack wanted us to know not only was he here at the beginning, don't ever forget it. And so that's the reason why the story mattered to me. If this was another one of the stories where African Americans were done wrong and we were like pushed to the side, this story would have had no interest to me. We have enough of those stories.
Yeah.
What interested me about this story is I felt as though it was a story that we may have been treated right. And I wanted to prove it if it was true. Because if we don't have any hope, like if every story we hear, we don't have anything to go toward, if every single story lacks hope, then we just walk around here thinking, well, it's always been terrible. It's always going to be terrible. But if every generation we can find those glimmers of hope that move us forward, then we know where we're going.
What got you into spirits?
Nearest Green. So cementing his legacy. Originally book, movie, right? Super simple. But if I were to, well, you all in this room, you might know, but if I go in and I have a room and I have 1,000 people in that room and I'm talking to them and I say, how many people saw Hidden Figures? 99% of the room, hands up, right?
Absolutely.
If I said, name for me the 3 women who were the Hidden Figures played by Taraji P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, and Janelle Monáe.
I can do Mae Jameson.
You are the first person to ever, why?
Because my daughter wants to be an astronaut.
Okay,
so
that's
we got
why.
so much May stuff around.
That's why.
Yeah.
Charlamagne can never be counted in these stories because he always has this wealth of information. But in a room like that, nobody can ever name. So we all walk into a movie theater and we walk out remembering the same people we knew before we went in. And so if we wanted to make sure that this story 100 years from now, someone wasn't having to uncover it again, then we had to do what Johnny Walker, Jim Beam, and Jack Daniel. Why do we all know who those people are? Because we're watching them. Every time we go into a bar, we see their name.
Right.
Wow. I saw for the book that you interviewed some people that were 106 years old.
Nearest's granddaughter was still alive.
Wow.
When Nearest's granddaughter was alive and Jack's great niece was alive, she died at 104. And Nearest's granddaughter died at 108.
Did they drink whiskey?
I
gotta start drinking whiskey if that's the case.
So here's the deal: is you will find in that book a lot of the African American elders that I interviewed were 90, 95, and so yeah.
Whiskey might be the key, man. You know, when you down south, and it's crazy, right? Because they eat everything they say you're not supposed to eat. Because I'm from South Carolina. You eat everything you're not supposed to eat.
That's me.
And they drink cognac every day or whiskey every day.
That's me.
You know what I'm saying?
You do whiskey every day?
Every day. But it's in moderation. It's in moderation. Listen, if you had poured a glass, I'd be drinking and it's like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Do you want me to pour you one?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good. But the thing is that I don't ever drink to a point of being tipsy.
Got you.
I love it. I love how it brings inhibitions down. I love how you're able to have great conversations. But the moment I even feel my head buzz, I will put it down until it doesn't anymore. So I don't like tipsy. I don't like drunk. But I do love. I have Uncle Nearest every night.
How were their memories? How was his granddaughter's
His granddaughter's memory was not great, but everyone else's memory was great. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I love about being able to capture their interviews, both I had a crew with me, so on video and tape recording and that kind of thing, was that so many people between the time I started the research and the time that Uncle Nearest came out, or at least the distillery opened, so many of them passed away. And it's almost like they were just holding on to tell their piece of this story, and then they're like, okay, I'm done. And it got to a place where almost every couple weeks there was another funeral. Oh, wow. And so people held on, and so I got to capture all of their words in this book.
Wow.
All right, we got more with Fawn Weaver when we come back. She is the CEO of Uncle Nearest Whiskey. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Laura La Rosa is filling in for Jess. Now we're kicking it with Fawn Weaver. She is the CEO of Uncle Nearest Whiskey, which recently got an evaluation of $1.1 billion. Lauren?
Beyonce shouted you out. First of all, how did you feel about that when she shouted you out?
Yeah, people have been tagging me. When her whiskey came out last week, I think, I was in London and doing literally, because Love and Whiskey dropped in London, and I was doing nonstop interviews, and so people are tagging me with Beyonce situation, and from what I understand from my husband, I have a really beautiful gift at home with her whiskey in it when I get back home, so I'm super excited about that.
She gave you guys a really good shout out and talked about how good it was, like all that, but she also, like, literally the next question after, they asked her about like just navigating business and industry, and she talks about how, like, when it comes to brands, women have always had to kind of be forced into like the face of the brand, but you're never like the strategy, the planner, and the like the boss or the CEO. So it's to hear you say that is in line with, like, she really identifies with your story.
Oh no, absolutely. And she's the queen. So, you know, we kind of all bow down there.
Have any of these celebrities, especially the ones that you named earlier, reached out to you for advice because you've conquered, you're working, you put your foot in these people's asses where they're having a bunch of problems, whether it's a Diddy back then, or a Jay, or a 50, or a Kevin Hart, or everybody else that has their own lick of Snoop. Has anybody ever reached out to you for advice or help?
So none of those. The people who have reached into me are generally those who want to start a brand, and their response is always, when I say why, it's always Clooney, and I'm like, okay, so what do you know about the Clooney deal? And
he sold it for $1 billion.
That's it. They don't know why that one worked. Why that was one out of, like, easily 99% plus celebrity brands fail easily in this industry. And everyone keeps pointing to that one. And I'm like, if you're going to point to, you have to know why he succeeded. It wasn't just his celebrity. And just kind of, so I usually spend the whole conversation breaking down for them why that Casamigos actually succeeded. And by the time we get to the end of the call, I usually don't see them come out with a brand because they don't want to do the work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of foot. Like, when I used to be in the market, I used to always see you in all of my accounts. Yeah. And I always wondered, like, how did you get, because it's hard to get in accounts.
I was in those accounts.
Yeah, you were. And you were front. People don't understand there's a business when you sit at the bar. You front and center at the bar. People can see you. That means your people are out there doing the work.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, this is not posted on social media and hold up your bottle, hold up your glass, and you think that, I mean, if you're a big celebrity, a really big celebrity, that will allow you to have a great launch. But the work is not in the launch. The work is how you grow it after the launch, and that's where almost all of them fail.
Did Beyonce reach out?
No. Well, years. Not Beyonce. Let me say that. Not Beyonce.
Yeah, I couldn't tell because the way she shouted y'all, I couldn't tell if she had spoke to y'all prior to launching her brand or not. But
I can say this, and it's because the person who reached into me had me sign an NDA. That's why I paused.
Got you.
But it was quite a few years ago, and I gave my advice on it. I said, these are the things that will need to happen if it's going to succeed. And I said, and by the way, I'm around. So any person in this industry who is a woman or person of color will tell you, if they reach out to me, I give them all the keys. Everything that I know, I share freely, because it's not mine to keep. It's not mine to hold. Absolutely. If the information came to me and it's going to help you succeed, I'm going to give it to you, but you better still do the work, right? And so I told them, this was probably about 4 years ago, I told them, as you're working on this project, feel free to reach out to me at any time and I will share with you whatever I know. And I didn't hear anything, so.
Wow. Man. Yeah,
Love
you
the
got
whiskey.
a story.
Yes,
That's why you
absolutely.
got a book. Man,
We'll buy
support
it
Fawn
today,
Weaver
man.
and everything
again,
she
congratulations
does, man.
again.
Buy the
Weaver,
book,
ladies
get
and
the
gentlemen.
whiskey, Uncle Nearest, everything.
That's right.
Like, you are very, very inspiring in so many different ways.
Absolutely.
And it's not, and to me, it's not because of the 1.1 billion valuation. It's just because you had a dream and you did not give up on your dream, and it's a dream connected to the ancestors. Because of you, Uncle Nearest's story will continue to grow, to be told.
Yes.
That's incredible. I feel like that's what we're here to do.
Yes, because it
That's
is. We're not here to be reservoirs. We're here to be rivers.
That's right.
And my life is a river.
That's right.
Fawn Weaver, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, DJ MV.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get to Pass the Aux.
Go, go, go. Cause that's my DJ. Say go, DJ. Cause that's my DJ.
Yeah, DJ, come spin, now come spin.
Yes, so before we get into Pass the Aux, I wanted to make sure that I added this part into all of the Diddy, Dawn Richards.
Don't be freakifying Pass the Aux with no Diddy stories.
No, but this is just important. When you're reporting something legal, you got to get all the facts in. So
correct.
in the filing, like deep in the filing, she mentions between 2009 and 2011, things got worse for her. She says that she was backstage in a dressing room and she was naked, and he came into the dressing room, and then she says that at one point at some point, he inappropriately touched her breast and her butt. So I just wanted to make sure that we also put that in because that's a part of the filing in her story. So,
yikes.
Sorry, Nyla.
I continue to
hopefully,
pray for Dawn and all that.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'm about to raise the vibration.
Thank
Please.
you.
Jesus Christ.
Happy Friday, guys.
To think there was a point when we thought just walking to Brooklyn for cheesecake story was crazy.
Right.
And no, actually, it still is crazy.
It's still crazy.
Yeah, but
because Junior's not even that good.
Watch your mouth.
No, what?
I'm not a cheesecake person.
You can't say if it's good or not.
You just gotta pick the right flavor. By the way, Juniors, if you're listening, I love the fudge.
Junior cheesecake is banging.
Feel free to send me some. But all right, I want to kick it off with Layla. She's a new R&B singer. She's also Mos Def's daughter that's been going viral lately. But she had Not My Problem go viral earlier this year, and she just dropped her first tape called Gap Year. And the song that I like the most right now is called Want To.
Okay.
We dig it. We dig it.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Layla. Shout out to Gap Year. The project is actually super dope. She produces. She sings. She's like a freak talent.
Wow.
And ironically, I actually met her like...
Don't call nobody a freak talent.
After all that Diddy stuff, right? Yo, I was thinking that. I'm like, yo.
Don't do you now.
Nonetheless, I met her years ago when I went to go talk at her high school. So it was really cool to watch her evolve. Yeah.
Did that make you feel old?
Well, probably not, because Mos Def was a rapper, so she doesn't.
And nobody even knew that was her father. She was going viral before that was even a thing.
Right.
So I think she's in good hands. Next, though, I'm going to keep it pushing with Joey Badass and Chloe Bailey. They dropped a record called Tell Me, which kind of gives me like that early 2000s duet type of vibe. I always love when Joey Badass does girl records, so shout out to Joey, shout out to Chloe as well. Big fan of her voice. My third record is going to be a record off of Eminem's deluxe album called Feel, featuring Westside Boogie and Grip. And I don't know who had the better verse on this. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I got a little bit of both.
Ooh, who is Grip? I ain't never heard of no Grip.
Yeah, tough.
He's fire. Where you from?
Tough. I don't know where he's from.
Damn.
But
salute to you, Grip. Don't know you, but that's my first time hearing some bars.
Yeah.
But now
you got something, young man.
You know what I heard yesterday, Nala? I know you're a hip hop head. Renegade. Remember Jay-Z and, of course, Eminem? The version without Jay? With Royce the 5'9"?
No, I never heard that.
See?
You've never heard that?
No, I
That's
never heard
been on
that.
the internet for years.
With Royce the 5'9"?
I've never heard
Yes, Royce and Eminem was on the record originally.
An original, yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
That's
The Royce is going in
so
on
late
it.
with that.
Yeah, I am late.
So who got the better verse, Royce or M?
Eminem.
I don't remember. I heard it so long ago. I don't remember.
But it was dope. It was dope. Hearing Royce go on that record.
That's funny you
crazy.
said that because I was listening to that record just now. I'm like, yo, Royce would have killed this record.
Yeah,
the
Royce
record
is
that you
dope.
just played with Grip and Conway and Emma. I'm like, Royce would have destroyed that.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. And then last but not least, I feel like we got to do this Kendrick record. I know it's not out on DSPs, but the party's over.
The party died.
Watch the party die. Who's the radio personality? Who is it?
It's Charlamagne.
No, shut up. I don't think he's talking about an individual. I think he's making broad generalizations because there's another part where he says the influencer. I think he's just talking about the culture of influencers. Same thing with radio. I think he's talking about, the propaganda that is pushed on radio. Like, radio does push a lot of the music that probably is influencing people wrong. And we try to have a balance, but that's just the reality of the situation it is. So I think he's just making generalizations.
Yeah.
And listen, like I said the other day, I don't want Kendrick or anybody, to go crazy trying to change the world. In order to change the world, you got to change yourself first. So you got to be the change you want to see in the world. You got to treat all of this the way Noah treated building the ark. God told Noah to build the ark, and he said, tell people the rain is coming. Now, whether they want to listen or not, that's on them.
Right.
Yeah.
But when the rain comes, they will be trying to get on that ark, but the door going to be closed, so now you're going to drown. And we also got to keep in mind, at some point, God might just have to pressure wash this whole planet. He's done it before. It's not like he hasn't pressure washed the planet before. It might be a time where he just got to get rid of everything and start over.
That's why you keep your head shiny so he can see you. He'll hit you with the
listen,
water.
whatever God got planned, I am all for it.
They are definitely doing a pressure wash to the music industry right now in general. I don't know if it's God, but with all the firings, layoffs, and just changes that we're seeing.
That's what they get.
That's what they get.
That's what they get because
the people that are being affected, though, aren't the people who are the ones eating.
Listen, radio and records needs to shift.
Labels.
Radio and records, labels have been operating from an old playbook for a long time. And a lot of the things that are happening to them is their own doing. If you don't shift culture will shift you.
Culture is definitely changing. The thing I agree with and resonate with the most that Kendrick is saying is just the integrity part. Like, people not having no integrity and people
That's
just
been a long time.
doing anything for a check. Like, I like that, but Kendrick's not the first person to say these things and put these things in a song, but I just think it's the most impactful because coming off of the year he's had and just the caliber of an artist he is.
And salute to D1, salute to Lecrae, salute to Terrence Martin. I can't wait to see what D1 and Lecrae do after.
I hope they jump on it.
I
hope they jump on this and do their own version of it. I think that'll be dope.
Yes.
All right.
I talked to D1 yesterday. I talked to Lecrae yesterday too.
All right.
All right. Well, make sure y'all follow me on the gram at Nyla Simone, NYLASYMONEEE. Make sure you guys tap into my playlist. Make sure you guys tap into my podcast, We Need to Talk. That's at WNTTLK. And make sure you guys follow at It's a Certified Vibe. We got some more events and shows on the way.
All right. Well, thank you, Nyla. And also, I got to remind you guys that Powerhouse NYC tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. A Boogie with the Hoodie, Gunna, Boss Man D-Lo, Jordan Atunji, Gabe from On the Radio, and so many more. All right, so get your tickets 10 a.m. Positive Note is up next.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And I just want to say salute. All right, September 21st, which is next Saturday, is the Battle of HU going down in D.C. Hampton University versus Howard University. I am DJing the game.
Oh, that's
so I want all the HBCUs in the surrounding areas to pull up September 21st again. The Battle of HU. You know, I went to Hampton University, but I always love my HBCU. So that's September 21st. Lauren, you should go. You know why?
Why?
There'll be some single men, I'm sure, there for you.
Oh,
you
my God.
I'm sure there's
Envy. I'm about to do a whole run of HBCUs.
Nice qualified HBCU gentlemen for you. That's
shout out to I'm going to announce stuff soon, but shout out to the HBCUs that are booking me to come and host stuff during their season. October, I'm about to be everywhere. So if my husband is out there, he's going to find me. Y'all don't got to worry. Okay?
We're doing a couple together.
It's crazy when you say things like
I'm doing good.
like Lauren's looking for a man, but are the men looking for her? It's you know what I'm saying? You got
are they looking?
I ain't say nothing.
All right, so
we're
remember
doing a couple of HBCUs together.
Yeah,
so
okay.
we
but
good.
Remember when we came back from your party and you was like, and I was like, can you relax?
Yeah.
Sometimes can you pop out and show him that he don't be knowing what he's talking about? Because they be on my body. Stop playing with me.
There was a little line for Lauren. There was some men on my body.
I'm not by myself because I can't. I'm by myself because right now that's where I need to be. Okay. It's
think
a
so,
different.
too.
You need to be in that corner. I put you in the corner yesterday.
I agree with you that you need to be by yourself. I totally agree.
On my nerves.
You ain't gonna never kiss.
Oh my goodness! As she throws something at him, she misses. She getting pretty good with that.
Yes.
So again, September 21st, I'm gonna be at Audi Field in DC. It's gonna be an amazing time. Hampton University versus Howard University, the battle of HU. Last year Hampton won, so I'm gonna be DJing the game. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you guys. We gotta salute Rema for joining us this morning.
Salute to the good brother Rema, man. Make sure you go check out his album. He Is. Okay, he's an artist that I'm really tapped into as far as Afrobeats. I don't even know. I don't like to call everything Afrobeats because all of them do different types of music. But
Tell him your favorite song.
He does Afrobeats.
Tell him your favorite song, Charlie.
He's killing them on he. Also salute to Fawn Weaver for pulling up. Right. I love seeing those stories, man. 7 years ago, she came up here talking to us about this brand she was launching called Uncle Nearest Whiskey. Right. Now it's a valuation of $1.1 billion. That's right. Okay, so salute to her. And also salute to Swiss Beats, man. Happy born day to Swiss Beats. And
Tyler Perry.
Happy born day to the good brother Tyler Perry, man. Appreciate both of those brothers.
That's right. All right. Well, it's time to get up out of here. You got a positive note?
Oh, yes. And I want to tell people, too, make sure you go to mentalwealthexpo.com to register for my 4th annual Mental Wealth Expo. You know, it's a free event. All ages are welcome. You just got to go to mentalwealthexpo.com to register to vote. It is October, not to register to vote, to register to be there. It is October 12th. From 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square. Some of the best psychiatrists and therapists and grief counselors and spiritual leaders are going to be there. So go to mentalwealthexpo.com to register to be in the building. Free for all ages, all right? Now, the positive note is simply this. I'm very cautious about who has access to me lately. And it's not out of arrogance. It's out of the need to continue to protect my space and energy as I continue to do the work to elevate myself, okay? This chapter of my life requires me to be a little less accessible. So if that resonates with you, carry it into the weekend. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?